September, and that's a time when a lot of people stop thinking about fishing. Maybe they turn their attention to hunting or to football or back to school events. For me, it's all fishing all the time. And even though it's not a time when I typically stock up on tackle, those events are usually Black Friday and then maybe again in the springtime. If a sale comes up at Tackle Warehouse, I'm going to try to take advantage of it. And you may think that's a little odd because when you look at this extensive amount of fishing tackle I have here, including a ton of boxes that I've either barely opened or haven't opened at all that have arrived this year. Look at that. There's a set of new bibs that I got at the Classic and haven't worn yet. It's hard to understand why I might need anything, especially when I've fished less for bass this year than possibly any time in the last 5 years. I've just had a lot of other things going on. Yet, a sale came up at Tackle Warehouse on Labor Day, and I took advantage of it. And what I do is I kind of keep an inventory in my head of the tackle that I have and the tackle that I'm likely to need in the next year. And when it comes to one of those sales, what I look for is not necessarily the big ticket items, because I generally take care of those on my big orders, but I do try to fill in the gaps where I'm likely to have gaps. And that's often items that you can't get at a local tackle store at the last minute. Maybe they're specialty items, maybe they're an oddball size or something like that. So let's dig into the box and we'll see what I got. It was over $100. I didn't hit the $150 t-shirt mark, but as I've said many times before, if you don't hit at least $50 at Tackle Warehouse, not only are you leaving money on the table, but you're not doing your job right as an angler. So let's go in and see what I've got. First set of items here, flat rubber skirts from Humdinger spinnerbaits. You may have seen my recent blog about flat rubber and what a valuable tool it is, particularly on river systems. And these are things that you're going to have trouble finding at your local tackle store in a lot of cases. And there's also the situation where, who knows, a small company like this could stop making items. They could go out of business altogether. So you better stock up on them while you can. And I recently noticed I was out and I was fishing my favorite vibrating jig and the skirt came off. And I realized I didn't have any more just after writing a blog about how great they are. So I figured I better get a set. So here's some in white, some more in white, Chartreuse in white, lime in white, and this is a color that I probably wouldn't buy in a silicone skirt, but for whatever reason it's been really good on a chatterbait for me. Blue Chartreuse in white. So get some of those. They're not expensive, $1.50 a piece. When they're on sale, they're even less than that. And you'll always have them, especially if they go out of business or you can't find them in your local store. Next item I needed to restock, 5/0 Gamakatsu EWG hooks. This is probably the hook that I use the most, and I suddenly realized that I had 3 in a pack here, 3 in a pack there. I may have some in Mexico. We go through a ton of them in Mexico, and oftentimes people run out of them there. They don't think they're going to lose as many lures as they do. Sometimes you lose none at all. Sometimes you may lose 5 in a day. So I bought the 100 pack. That's a lot of hooks. $70 retail, 70 cents a hook. Get 15% off, 20% off. That's a big difference. That enables you to buy something else, maybe the plastics that you're going to put on those hooks. Always go bulk if you can. I'd forgotten I ordered these. Treble hooks, 4 packs of them here, all from Gamakatsu. Got 2 packs of the Martens TGWs. Got a pack of regular round bends. And I got a pack of the 2X Strong. Now, that's something you may be able to find in your local tackle shop. So why did I feel the obligation or the need to buy them at this point? Look at the sizes. Size 1, size 3, size 1, size 3. Get the picture? It's easy to find 2s, 4s, and 6s at your local store. Those oddball sizes, which you may need either for particular baits or to help a bait suspend a little better or dive a little better, tougher to find. And in particular, tougher to find in the 2X model. It's easier to find the round bends. Again, the little bit heavier hook, unless you live in an area with a lot of toothy critters or saltwater fish, probably harder to find. More terminal tackle. I realize this is not the sexiest order ever, but it's stuff that I needed. If you haven't watched Matt Steffen's videos, you really should. They're some of the most compelling and intellectually stimulating videos about bass tackle and bass techniques out there. So I figured I would invest in some of his core tackle. One of the things he talks about a lot, and I've seen a lot of articles written on and videos made about recently, is hover strolling, or the hover rig they call it. So I got some of Matt's hover rig weights. This is 3/32 ounce with a 1/0 hook. I probably should have bought some other sizes if I'm going to be testing it out this winter. Figured I would start with this one, see what I thought of the technique, see if I needed other sizes, and then invest from there on the next sale that Tackle Warehouse has. While I was there, I also got some of his Swimbait hooks. This is a 3/4 ounce 7/0. I figured it would be good for a 6 or a 7-inch Bass Tricks type bait. Always looking for a better solution with that. That's a lure where if you don't have a good hook, you're going to lose a lot of fish, either on the hook set or when they jump and throw it, especially with that big heavy weight. Finally, as I said, when you just go terminal tackle, it's not a particularly sexy order. So I went with some soft plastics, and these were ones that kind of caught my attention. These are from Raid. It looks to me like a combination between a Senko and the fuzzy dice baits that Kyoya Fujita used this year. It's called the Big Two-Way and the Magnum Two-Way. Both of those sound a little dirty. It's a cool looking lure. It's meant to be wacky rigged. It has some little tentacles going on. I got very basic green pumpkin type colors. Something that I think I'll try out either when fish have seen too many Senkos or throwing around a stump and you want something with a little more action. Excited to try these. Again, not a sexy order. $100 or so, all fits in this little box, but use these Tackle Warehouse sales as an opportunity to stock up on things that you would otherwise forget to buy. Keep a running list, either in your head or better yet, on paper or on your computer. And when those sales come up, take advantage of them, just like I did.